Good evening and welcome to Westdock. Today is Tuesday, February the 6th, and we've got a great episode for you today. Today we're going to be talking all about the incredible events that are happening in our area this month. Of course now, the snow is at its best, the riding is good, and we're all settled into winter now, ready to come out of our houses and start to enjoy this thing. And so we're going to be talking to venues from all over the area about what events they have in store, as well as a guest who's coming up, who's going to talk about one of the most exciting events that happens each year and is back for its 14th year this winter. But first, I just wanted to mention as well, of course, coming up next month, we have Newfoundland's biggest St. Patrick's Day party happening at the Corner Brook Civic Center with Shanneyganock, who are, Newfoundland's most beloved Good Times band, as well as Rob Lowe's Rock, who are an amazing trad Newfoundland supergroup out of the Stephenville area, who you're not going to want to miss. Shanneyganock are bringing the legendary Bud Davidge with him as well, Bud, of course, of Simini fame. And it's just going to be an amazing, amazing night. Lots of fun. Tickets are just $50, taxes and fees and everything included. And you can get those online at tickettide.ca or at the Civic Center box office. You can just walk yourself on up there and grab them. Cash in hand. $50 general admission, and there's a limited amount of VIP tickets for $100. That'll come with some more comforts. So that's coming up, of course, March 16th, and we're going to keep telling you about that one until we get there. Now, in studio, well, on the line with me anyway, is someone I've got the pleasure to know better over the last number of years. I'm going to be speaking with Brent McNamara, who is the owner and founder of Brent Mac Events. This is a company known for Jib Fest, which is a major annual festival that comes to Corner Brook every year, but as well some big events on the East Coast, like the Best Kind Barbecue, a really fun summer event, as well as the Best Kind Comedy Tour, which is one of Canada's biggest, if not the biggest, cross-country comedy tour. Here for a few moments with us to chat about some of this from his secondary office in the Nissan Rogue is my friend in St. John's, Mr. Brent McNamara. Brent, are you there?
I am, Dustin. Thanks for the intro. It's quite the intro. Appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Office is looking good. I love the paint.
It is, yeah. Just kind of in between meetings as usual here today. But yeah, we'll get a bit of not quite getting the snow you guys got out there, but looking forward to come to the West Coast and enjoy the proper snow.
Well, that's why Jib Fest happens at Marble Mountain every year, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, like you mentioned, our 14th year, so we're really excited to get into it. We got three action-packed days this year.
Yeah, so let's just talk about some of the history, I guess. I mean, this event has been going on so long now. Most people in Western Newfoundland, everybody at least recognizes Jib Fest when they hear it. So talk about just quickly kind of some of the early days, when and how you got involved with the festival, and then how it's kind of got to the point that it is now, which is obviously the biggest collegiate event I think that happens in Atlantic Canada each winter. Of course, it's already sold out. So how did things start and how did they get up to this point?
Totally, yeah. Well, my great friend and co-founder, Carter, he started it, like I said, 14 years ago, just being a young kind of entrepreneur, and a DJ and an artist himself. He kind of wanted a place where he could just perform himself and also snowboard. So, Marble sort of ticked that box. So year one was just the main event and a snowboard competition. I got involved there in year three and sort of helped him expand it. So we've been working together ever since, amazingly the last decade. So like I said, it started off as one snowboard comp and a party, has expanded to 3 days. So we now have a opening ceremonies, which is a free show, Friday from 6:30 to 9:30 with Jason Benoit. Then have a block party, which is 5 venues in downtown Corner Brook, 15 artists. Saturday is our competition and a sold-out main event. And then Sunday we have our comedy show. So we really kind of expanded it to kind of appeal to more people, more demographics, and just kind of bring a variety of quality entertainment.
Yeah, and I really love the ways in which you guys have been gradually expanding out the festival. As things sort of sell out, you add on these new features, new additions. So let's just break it down a little bit, because one thing I've noticed about the festival over even just the last 2 to 3 years is it seems to have gotten really a lot more inclusive. I mean, there's different genres of music now. There's the comedy going on. There's truly something for everybody of all ages over 19 at this festival over the weekend. So Friday night, you guys are coming out with the opening ceremonies, and I think that's at the Palace this year with a big country show. If you want to talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's with Jason Benoit, again, West Coast guy, incredible. We met him last year at the ECMAs in Halifax and got to chatting a little bit. And, we figured he'd be a great fit. He's really popular in the area. Also on that bill is the incredible Aubrey Lamb. She's coming over from St. John's, a younger performer on the scene, but she's really, really incredible, doing a lot of good things. So we're glad to give her a good stage to perform on. So she's gonna do a set later that night, actually a cover set, a Taylor Swift cover show at Wayland's Gate. So that's kind of thing when people kind of come out for these festivals, especially artists. We try and give multiple gigs and really make it worth the trip. So, yeah, really excited to do a country show. It's the first time in 14 years we've done a proper dedicated country show, and again, thanks to our friends at Factor, it's a completely free show. So 19 plus, 6:30 at the Palace. So really looking forward to kick things off with that event.
Yeah, that's going to be a really fun time. Country is one of those big genres right now that just bring people together of all ages and walks of life. And I think you mentioned, but just to reiterate for all the viewers at home, that's a free show. So make sure you're there when the doors open and get down to the Palace. And then later that night, this is something that's always been a lot of fun, well known in town, is the block party, where you guys seem to just take over most of the venues in town that we all use and know and love, and put on great entertainment in all of those venues and charge one kind of overall bracelet price. Talk about that, and also if you can clarify for me and the viewers, is that sold out? Is there still an opportunity for people to get involved in the block party?
Absolutely, yeah. So they're running pretty low, but there are still some available. The JibFestWeekender.com kind of has all the details, but essentially it's 5 bars, so 2 on West Street, Retro and the Corner Pocket, and then we have Wayland's Gate, the Bar Room, and the Palace down on Broadway. We also, as an added bonus, kind of have a free shuttle bus going back and forth between the venues to kind of help eliminate any kind of transport needed. So that's sort of an added bonus we throw in as well, included with the wristband. But yeah, like I said, we have 15 different artists, wide range of music. So and a really a little bit of everything in between the 5 different bars.
Yeah, there's really, I've seen the lineup, and there's actually too many artists to even start naming them off right now, but people can go on your social media, and you've got the posters and stuff up showing who is going to be part of it. So that's Friday night. That's already a ton of fun and entertainment, and it's only the first night. So then on Saturday, this is also one of the funnest days at Marble in my experience, is the Saturday of JibFest. So many friends from all over the island are there riding and having fun. And then that leads into the sold-out main event, which is when the lodge is going to be blocked wall to wall, and the main show is going on. What should people expect at the main event?
Well, that's a great one. We have Tier 1, Tyrone Tier 1 from Ottawa coming down. We kind of like to feature a lot of different Canadian DJs and talents for that, so really excited to have him there. During the day, though, I'll take it back a little step and just talk about during the day, because the event is an action-packed day as well. We're going to have our snowboard comp brought to you by Monster at around 2 o'clock, and then we're going to have some DJs outdoors between 2 to 5, so they'll be playing music during the comp and kind of bringing some really good après ski vibes. So the whole day is really a great time, so get to the lodge Saturday. Like I said, all those, the comp is free to watch. We have $1,000 in prizes if anyone wants to enter the comp. Plus, it's just, like I said, good vibes to hang out, even if you're not on the hill, or after the lift closes. We keep the music going and the party going for a little bit. So it's a full day of fun Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that's just an example of some of the new features that you guys are adding, right? Like I think it was just last year, you started doing the outdoor DJ stage to complement the competition, right? And now this year, that's going to be expanded again. So really cool stuff. And then Saturday night, main event, if you didn't buy tickets, you should have, but it's going to be, you can look back through past JibFest videos and you see that that's just an insane celebration inside the lodge on that night. Really, really fun. So then the next day, things kind of keep rolling and wrap up with a comedy show where you have always brought in really top-level Canadian comics right into Marble Mountain to do a show, which is a really fun, relaxing thing after a couple days of riding and celebrating, partying. Talk a little bit about the comedy show, and is there still space for people to take in that?
Absolutely, yeah. There's still tickets available. Again, the JipFestWeekender.com. We have a great lineup this year. We're bringing in two headliners, basically co-headliners on the show. Sonny Dollywall from Kelowna, and then Paul Thompson from Toronto. Paul just put out a video this year, a special on YouTube. Already got an incredible amount of views. It was ranked one of the top specials of the year. So two really, really funny comedians. And again, that's an event that the world just kind of traveled a bit throughout the comedy community. And every year we're kind of getting a lot of comedians approaching us wanting to come down for it. It's such a special weekend. So they're both of them are coming in town early. So they'll be hanging out at the lodge, meet people before the show, and snowboarding and just enjoying the whole weekend. So it's one of my favorite events of the weekend, and it's a proper way to end the whole festival.
Yep, I mean, amazing. Everybody will see and feel the energy in Corner Brook on that weekend. And Brent, while I've got you here, man, first of all, thanks again for taking this interview today. I know how busy you are.
Of course.
Jamming it in. Anything else you want to say and tell our viewers over here on the West Coast about kind of what you've been up to and what's in store for you business-wise over the next year? Like I mentioned off the top, you're involved with a big event, the Best Kind Barbecue in St. John's, and you're known to do comedy shows and things like that around. What else is on deck for you this year?
Absolutely. Well, I've been working with Mike Lynch, a lot of as a household name, absolutely, working with him for several years. He's just an incredible comedian, one of the funniest and hardest working people I know. He has a tour coming out west. Corner Brook show is sold out, but there's still a couple tickets left for Stevensville. So that's later there in March, and he'll be going right across the country. So if you have any family or friends out in Alberta or BC that want to check him out, MikeLynchComedy.ca, you can get all his tour dates. But yeah, he got a really funny show. He's bringing his uncle, I guess, or his grandfather, or his relations unknown, Cecil O'Brien, with him on tour. So Cecil will be with them. So it's it's definitely a crowd favorite, and it's an incredible show. We kicked it off last week in Harbour Grace, a couple sold out shows out for, and it was his crazy how his brain works. He got a really funny show in store this year.
Yeah, man, he's definitely much beloved over here in Western Newfoundland. Of course, doing big things right across the country as well. What do you think, man? Just one events person to the next. What would you say? I know you're an extremely positive guy, but what would you say in your experiences over the last decade or so are the best and the toughest aspects of producing live events all around Newfoundland?
Ooh, good question. The biggest thing in general in Newfoundland is our costs are higher. People got to fly here or ferry. So, you take a smaller population mixed with higher costs, it's generally a tough industry to do. But I think people are generally appreciative, they appreciate what you do. They've been supportive of what you do. And, we've been doing it a long time. So, yeah, I think, the cost is something we always struggle with. But when you see people kind of come out, it makes it all worth it. So that's definitely a plus, you get the fan support, which is a massive plus. It wouldn't be able to do without it.
Absolutely. Very well said, man. Listen, that's all the time I've got for today, and I know you need to get back and do a bunch of other things anyway, so really looking forward to seeing you on JibFest, man. And for all of our viewers at home, take a snapshot of this right now. Keep an eye out for Brent, and if you're up at Marble on February 16th weekend, you're going to see him running around all over the place. I know he loves to say hi to people, make new friends. All right, man. We'll be talking to you again soon. Maybe we'll be able to squeeze you in the studio for a little in-person appearance if you have time on that Monday.
I would love that. We'll be out there the whole week getting things done. So I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate you having me, and best of luck with the rest of the show, Dustin.
Awesome. All right. That was my friend Brent Mac Events out in St. John's. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to talk with more of our local event producers. Stay tuned.
My biggest therapy is Mother Nature. When I walk through the woods, I'm seeing a little bit more than just a tree and just a plant. I see what I can do with it. I make medicines and salves from plants and trees. In 2014, I suffered with a heart attack. Since I had my heart attack, obviously there were some Western medications involved. And on top of the Western medication, I have found myself nature-wise, and medicines provided by Mother Nature has helped me a lot. With nature, I have burned sage and sweetgrass. I find that cleanses the air and helps you cleanse your body. It also helps me talk to my ancestors. That has helped me through this whole process. I feel responsible as a Mi'kmaq person to help Mother Nature. We look at everything, whether it is a rock or a tree, as life. When I collect my medicines, I'm offering tobacco to thank the plant for the medicine. So the plant will, give me medicine again the following year. It's a part of the big whole. Right now we're standing in the middle of a boreal forest. I can look around, I can see birch trees. Birch tree, for example, there's so many things you can do with that. That is the tree of life. Aboriginal people have used the bark for making canoes, for making shelter, for fire starting. There's a fungus that grows on birch, it's called chaga. I use that for my tea. It's a very, very good all-around tonic. Balsam fir trees, the blisters on those trees actually were used to heal cuts and scrapes. You cut yourself in the woods, the first thing we'll do is put some balsam fir sap on it. Society now is so fast. I think the world really needs to slow down and just enjoy nature and the smells and the sights and sounds. Well, this is where it all started in the beginning. It was from our plants, and our animals and that kind of thing. Why not go back to the beginning and get back to our roots again? It's very important for the Mi'kmaq people to embrace native tradition. For many, many years, we were told not to be Aboriginal, and I think now society has embraced Aboriginal peoples, and we should embrace our history in the sense of traditional medicines and traditional foods. I think it's all a part of the culture that we've lost. So now we have an opportunity to reach out and find ourselves again.
Hello everyone. February is an exciting month at the Arts and Culture Centre. Coming up on February 15th to 17th, we have The Music Man. Presented by Camber Arts, this community musical features over 90 performers and will be a show not to be missed. There's a full band, a full chorus, local performances by some of your favorites. So check out the website and get your tickets now. On Monday, February 19th, as part of the Winter Carnival, will be the annual Kinsman Variety Show, featuring performances from Corner Brook Intermediate House Bands, Earl Hussey, Gary Bennett School of Music, Emma and Ben Peckford, Casey Callahan, Carrie and Chris Wells, with Wilf Party and Sheldon Power, Corner Brook Blues Band, Mill City Mavericks, and Story at 11. Broadway Blues Band, a renowned blues band, is set to play a heartfelt tribute to the legendary Eric Clapton on February 23rd. Known for their soulful performances and exceptional musicianship, the band aims to capture the essence of Clapton's music and take the audience on a nostalgic journey through his iconic songs. With a repertoire that spans Clapton's extensive career, Broadway Blues Band will showcase his bluesy roots, his time with Cream, Derek and the Dominoes, and his successful solo career. Whether you're a die-hard Clapton fan or simply appreciate great blues music, Broadway Blues Band tribute to Eric Clapton is not to be missed. Coming up on March 2nd, we will have our second annual all-day event celebrating Multicultural Month in Corner Brook. This event was a community favorite last year, so mark your calendars for this event and stay tuned for some more details. NL Promotions is coming to Corner Brook on March 9th with a mission to rock the rock. Come and relive the biggest rock classic anthems performed by none other than the famous NL Promotions Band, accompanied by Janet Cull, Tony Thompson, and Jonathan Reed. Together, they recreate live the biggest and best classic rock anthems with outstanding energy and stunning accuracy. This show is going to sell out fast, so don't delay. Coming up on March 27th is Atlantic Jazz Nights, featuring Florian Hefner, Jim Vivian, Shannon Barnett, and Nick Fraser. On March 30th, we have Off-Broadway Players' production of Prelude to a Kiss. Check out our website for lots more shows, including Kelly Loader, A Night of Magic, Jason Cyrus, and lots more. And I'll see you at the show.
Hello everyone in Rogers TV lands. My name is Brad Randall. I'm with the Rotary Arts Center in the basement of City Hall. I want to let you guys know of some of the upcoming events that we have for the month of February. Coming up this Saturday, February the 10th, we have Jamie Stone with Noah Hamilton. Jamie, if you're unfamiliar with Jamie, currently sits at number 9 on the East Coast charts. He's an absolutely fantastic singer-songwriter, wonderful voice, great musicianship. You should really come out and check him out and support him. On February 10th, as part of our Monday night movie series, in partnership with Park West, we are screening The Summer of Soul. If you're unfamiliar with this film, it's a music documentary based on the Harlem Street Festival that happened right around the same time as Woodstock, and just about 100 miles up the road from where Woodstock took place. Features a number of very famous black musicians, and you should really come and check that out as well. On February the 16th, we have the Brazilian folk duo Ana and Eric. They've performed at the Rotary Arts Center a couple of times already. Supporting Ana and Eric will be Corner Brook's own Katie Colburn. And on February the 18th, Noah Hamilton returns to the stage, performing a set of some original music as well as some jazz and soul standards. Performing with Noah Hamilton will be Colin Spencer. And then on February the 24th, we have a tribute to the one and only Stan Rogers. That is going to be performed by J80 Rideout. And their final event for the month of February is, again, another Monday night movie. This time it is Hidden Figures. And that's all that we have for the month of February. Thank you.
We do 4 beats to call our ancestors to our circle. For 15 years, I was very involved with the community. And then one day, a tragedy happened. My 15-year-old grandson was killed in a car accident. There's nothing in this world like it. I went to a very dark place where all you can think about is the loss and the pain. And nothing else comes into your mind until one day you get a phone call and all of a sudden the light comes on and you remember, well, maybe I'll go, it may help, it may not help. But the moment that I got into the circle, and it was like a weight lifted. The culture is, for me, is what brought me back. My family, my friends too, as well, of course, in the community, but my culture, my beliefs, and the women. A healing circle is very powerful. You have women who have been through trauma, who at the moment they're probably still going through trauma like I was, physically and emotionally. When the stick or the rock is passed around to each person and they speak, it's like a piece of your pain went to each of them. And when the stick comes back to you, half of that load on your shoulder seems to be lifted. It's very powerful, and it's there. It's offered to anybody who needs it. A healing circle can be called anytime. There are a lot of things that we offer in the culture. Help offers in the culture, the Women's Association, with talking circles and healing circles, workshops, different workshops that you can come to. I think if you're focused on something other than your grief, it takes away for that little, that short period of time. It gives you some relief and something to look forward to. And I think every time you do that, it gives you little baby steps back into where you should be, back into your life and back into your community's life, your family's life.
Come to where the land and the spirits are intertwined. Discover a whole new way to see this place. Feel the earth under your feet as you walk the path of our ancestors. Immerse yourself in our traditions. Ours is a culture alive with music, dance, art, nature, and adventure. It's in the air, the water, the sound of the wind in the trees. It's in the stories of our elders and the faces of our children, those with a shared history yet to discover. It's knowing that everything that casts a shadow has a spirit. Everything is alive. See what we see. Experience Malibu.
And that's it for today's episode. I want to thank my friend Brent Mack for taking the time to hop on and tell us all about the upcoming Jib Fest happening here in Western Newfoundland for the 14th year. You're going to want to take it in. And then, of course, for our friends at the other great venues around town for taking the time to tell us about their exciting events coming up in the next few weeks. That's it for today's episode. If you want to be a guest, or if you know somebody who should be a guest on West Talk, reach out to me online. Not too hard to find. And we always love to have interesting conversations with interesting people. So don't be shy. Reach out. That's it for tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday for another West Talk.